Hi, I'm Cynthia Allen here with Bob Ray Sanders. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Taking Sides. Bob Ray, former Secretary of State Clinton, who is very likely to be the Democratic nominee for president in 2016. It came out recently, the New York Times reported that she had a private email account with which she conducted all of her business as Secretary of State. And that is a problem. It is a problem to many people who've been very critical of it because not only did she have a private email account, she had her own server, which was run out of her own home. And this is where she was conducting all of her business. We know that that violates rules that were set by the Obama administration. And it also potentially violates Federal Records Act, that all of those emails that she sent and received as a federal official were supposed to be archived. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, to quote a famous Shakespeare play, "Much ado about nothing." I don't get it. I understand the people's concern, and particularly if they thought there may be some kind of security breach in some way, which she said there wasn't. If they thought she was doing something illegal in these emails or through these emails, this kind of communication, I frankly am not bothered by it at all. I understand why some people are. But the truth is, the people who are upset with Hillary Clinton about this right now, who are the most upset, will always be upset with Hillary Clinton.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily true. I mean, first of all, the New York Times broke the story, so it wasn't some sort of, right-wing blog or something like that. This is a serious issue, and there are a lot of, Senator Feinstein, who's a huge fan of Hillary Clinton, came out on the morning shows strongly this weekend and said Hillary needs to address this issue, and she needs to explain why she did this, and she needs to talk about why she made this decision.
Okay, so she explained it, and so what?
Not really. She didn't really explain it. She said she did it as a matter of convenience, which we both know is a farce because you can have multiple email accounts on a single device, and she said, I only wanted to carry one device. So we know that is patently absurd that she said that. The real issue is, you brought up a good point. There's a security issue because she was managing her own server, and so that's a problem. She's Secretary of State, and whether or not she's sending classified,
I doubt that she was managing her own server, but go ahead.
Well, but it was in her home. It was established in her home.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that she was doing on an outside server. So that's an issue. Security is an issue, but also just the optics of it. Why would you manage your own email account when you're a federal official? That looks very, very disturbing. If Dick Cheney had been doing it, people would be up in arms.
Oh God! Dick Cheney! You don't throw that bomb out because I didn't mean throw the bomb out. I mean the BOMB bomb out. Dick Cheney is not Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton is not Dick Cheney. What she did may be unprecedented, which I don't think it is. What she did may be perceived as being out of the norm, which I don't think it is. What she did is upsetting people because right now that's about the only thing they have to really get upset about with Hillary Clinton. And if they think it will link her back to Benghazi in some way, she's turned over, she said, the emails.
Well, she says that she's turned them over, but the fact of the matter is nobody will ever know because she manages her own server, and she has said that she's not going to turn over the server, and so no one will ever know.
And what do you think we would find if we had everything, including the server?
I don't know that we'd necessarily find anything, but I don't like the idea that she's being secretive about it. And President Obama, when he came into office, he talked about wanting to have the government be more transparent, and we can argue about whether or not that's the case, but he specifically said in 2009 that all federal officials should be using their work accounts. They should be using a .gov address, and they should be archiving their emails. And she defied that order, and that's a problem.
Well, I don't know. First of all, I don't know that it was an order, and I don't know that she defied anything. And she said she hadn't done anything that was considered illegal. I don't know what the answer is. But I'd love to see us get past this one point, which I don't think we ever will, because this is going to be the thing that will go into the next year's campaign, should she run, and I'm assuming that she will, but she may not. I don't know. But the email, I never expected to read Hillary Clinton's email. Don't want to read Hillary Clinton's email.
But you have a right to, because it's a federal document.
I understand, and I understand that she has had somebody turn all those over, and the State Department will let us know whether or not they got what they thought they were getting, or whether they think they ought to go and find something else. I certainly don't want to read about Hillary Clinton's yoga lessons.
I I don't want to read about Hillary Clinton's life lessons either. But the problem is that it's very possible that there's more to it there, and I think.
So what should happen now?
Well, I think what should happen is that she should hand over the server. We know that she's not going to do that, and I think she's prolonging this problem for herself.
Okay.
And I think there's a double standard. I think were she a Republican, I don't think you would feel the same way. But
I don't want to see Dick Cheney's emails either. I mean, this is the guy who went to the Pentagon every day. I would like to know what was said there, but not emails. Of course, he may not have emailed anyway.
Well, the fact of the matter is, this is going to be an issue. It's going to continue to be an issue for a while. I think a lot of people are disappointed with her response yesterday, with what she said in her press conference, and so it's going to continue to be a news story, and we'll see what happens in 2016, I guess.
Yes, we will.
Thanks for joining us today.